Hello everybody, my name is Socorro. Today I want to talk about something that I've been going through for probably 5 years or more. So I had a boyfriend, broke up with the boyfriend, and started hanging out with one of my friends. Anyway, I ended up going to jail, and when I was in jail, my friend and my boyfriend hooked up, and our relationship broke up after that. But for a while, we were back and forth, and when I would spend the night at his house, I started to notice that I would never get up to use the restroom. I wouldn't feel him getting up off the bed. I wouldn't feel or hear anything. And I questioned him about it. Sometimes I wouldn't wake up till 2 or 3 o'clock the next day, and I would question him about it, and he would say that, oh, that I was just tired or whatever. But most of the time, it wasn't because I really didn't do much when I was living with him. But now, so many years later, I find out that he's in cahoots with those men that I spoke about, doing the little sexcapades with numerous women. Sometimes, I, I think sometimes I counted like 4 or 5 women at a time, or, you know, 2 or 3 times a day, you know, not being tested, not checking to see if they caught anything from each woman. Because if you go out with 3 women and those 3 women go out with another 5 men or whatever, so the number multiplies and multiplies and multiplies, and this is how HIV is getting spread in our community right now, because people who are sexually active don't go get tested and don't tell people that um, there might be a risk of them having HIV. They just go about it, spreading it, thinking that they're going to give it to women anyway, and they don't want women. They're like anti-feminist people, I guess. I want to, I want to say gay, but that would be too much of a label. They are bisexual. They have sex with men and women, and so they spread it amongst themselves, and then they give it to women. And women, it's very hard for a woman to give it to a man because just the whole logistic thing. But um, it's it, it's very complicated for a woman to give it to a man, especially when a woman is taking medication already. Um, and the whole thing is, HIV is it can be prevented, from using condoms. And if you want to use condoms and you're sexually active, get tested um, on a regular basis, so basically who you've been with and whatever, if you end up coming out positive. And being positive isn't too bad if you take care of yourself and you take your medication every day. It'll stay undetectable. Unlike hepatitis C stays alive after, in the air, on a razor, on a cut, or if you're bleeding and you whatever you use, like if you handle something and then somebody else goes and handles it, well, that hepatitis is still alive, because it takes up to 72 hours for it to die, even after it hits air. And HIV dies the minute it hits air. But these men also use the date rape drugs to lure women. I've had where the person that I was with drugged me, and I've seen tapes of me having sex with all these men where I that was never done with my permission, and it was those tapes were put out on the internet and sold, and they've made money off of it. And I guess they have more. I guess the this guy was recording us every time we had sex, and is now putting the tapes out. So that's my life right now. But I could care less, because as far as I'm concerned, you know, they already know what karma means. They already know what karma means, and people already know that I am pretty blessed when it comes to being protected by my guides, by my spirit guides and my angels. They protect me from all the stuff that they're throwing back at me. And basically, if you're doing black magic and you're doing it to somebody who's more powerful than you, all it's going to do is it's going to bounce back, and you're going to reap whatever you put out for the next person. Whatever you're putting out. If they wanted me to have no money, now they have no money. If they wanted me to have uh, no friends, now they have no friends. No job, now they have no job. No money, now they have no money. Sickness, now they have sickness. And it's taking them a while to realize that, because they keep doing these spells, that it's taking them a moment to realize that it's them putting the spell on themselves. So, and they just keep doing it, thinking that, oh, this time they're going to get through, And I'm sorry to tell you, no, you're not going to get through. These people have been coming in, breaking in my home, taking poetry, writings. I write a lot, and I write music and poems and stories, and they've been taking my work and like if it was theirs, and they're trying to just do awful things. People that I've known most of my life, and Spirit tells me that my family's involved. There's siblings involved, as well as step brothers, step sisters, and some people that I don't even know on a personal level. But that's besides the point, because I don't worry about that, because, like I said, it won't touch me. And now these people are dealing with the consequences of their own spells, and they're realizing that they wanted to keep the person, my partner, from me. Now they're not going to have no partner. And so everything that they've put out is now coming back to them. And I hear they've done death rituals, that they actually have meetings to talk about how they're gonna come at me, and how they're gonna target me, my home, my car. Um, they hack my phone. They hack my TV. You name it, they do it. And I know people are probably saying, well, why don't you go to the police? Well, I did go to the police, and the police seem to think that I need mental health, because they don't even want to investigate it. And now I'm finding out that they have somebody in the police department helping them with their little fiascos, that they're having sexual intercourse with police officers, and actually involved with them on a daily basis to get them to do what they want done. And so I think I'm just wanting to make the public aware, especially the women, because the women were targets for these men. These men come off as your friends, your loved ones, but really they just wait for a chance to be able to dominate you, to humiliate you, to use you, so they can come up. So please keep your eyes open, and just know that everything that we do is consequence. Like, you make a choice today, tomorrow you will reap the consequences. So take care, and please, women, be careful, as well as men, because the men are targets too. They also use and abuse men. So take care. Thank you for joining me today. God bless.